He's known in circles and he's canceled from a few of them. And, but he's a little funny little motherfucker. And I think the world of him. So give a big round of applause to you.
All right. Give it up for the comedians tonight, right? You're great. And your host, Michael. Right, Michael? Michael is like Michael is an unskippable ad on Pornhub. Isn't he? I just don't want to hear any more about it. How's everyone doing tonight? It's hot. I was just coming back from San Francisco this morning.
Yeah!
Why? Oh, you're from San Francisco?
Absolutely.
Lovely city, man. Lots of homeless people.
Lots of other amazing things.
And a lot of amazing things. I love going to SF. One thing I noticed on the flight back was that before, when I used to go like many years ago, it would usually be like businessmen who are coming to Mexico or someone's abuelita, whatever, right? This time, lots of tourists. Which is great. Don't get me wrong, I love tourists coming to Mexico City, but they were the most annoying white chicks that I could possibly imagine. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like they were talking amongst themselves. They were like, "Man, don't walk to Polanco." Oh my God, how do you even come up with that? First of all, it's Polanco. What the fuck is Polanco, right? Secondly, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's and I don't want to be like culturally appropriating shit or whatever, but there's a definite drip that white chicks have when they come to Mexico.
White or American?
American chicks have.
Okay.
Right. Exactly. It's
the same
right?
shit.
Wait a second.
It's that really big hat for no fucking reason. A poncho. What happened? Are you going on a safari?
I saw a British chick with a poncho once.
Right?
I saw a British chick with a poncho.
Oh, just one though. Just one. Like, what happened?
We will talk to you later.
I'm really happy my buddy Kurt is here. Right? That's my buddy Kurt. Kurt looks like the kind of guy who has a name for his dick, right? What do you call it? King Kurt? What is it? Right?
Hey, looks like what?
Like, he probably looks like a guy who has a name for his dick. Right? He's probably called it. You gotta
It's okay.
give her some water.
That's his girlfriend. I'm worried.
Calimero, even better. Me too, man. I have a name for my dick too, bro. I call it technical error because it always comes up when I don't want it to. Technical error and Oliver Twist. You know? Oh man, where are the Mexicans tonight? Yeah, you're like the most Mexican dude I've ever seen. Are you Chicano or right? I bet you start all your sentences with "What up, fool?" Sorry. You also look like the kind of guy that probably says "provecho" before he eats pussy. Provecho or provechito? What's the? Oh man.
He's gonna kill you later.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have a drive-by for sure later. What was I gonna say? So, I may look brown, right? But I know. I may look brown, but I also am the kind of guy that will organize all my spices in a mason jar, or organize a murder mystery weekend, which is the whitest thing you can possibly do ever. I'm what they call a coconut. You know, brown on the outside, white on the inside. I don't know if you guys knew that. I've been in Mexico for 10 years now. You know what? Yeah, very happy about it. One of the things I love about Mexico is that when you're on Sundays, it's always a family. And especially if you're dating someone, I love that you get together, you have a meal. And with my ex, what we used to do was every Sunday, her dad would make steaks. Carne
Not me,
asada.
but-
Not her. Carne asada. And one thing I realized is that, having steaks or barbecue with your girlfriend's family is a lot like having sex, if you want to think about it. First of all, it makes you feel good down there, right? Goes a bit better with some wine, right? Her dad's secret sauce is in it, usually. And I like mine bloody, so. Okay. I'm working on this theory that Spanish-speaking people are obsessed with Indians. Thank you for asking me, audience. I'll tell you why. Thank you for asking. There's so many words in Spanish that reference India. For example, what do you say a straight line in Spanish? Fila India. Right? Right? I'm teaching you guys. What do you call cashew nuts in Spanish? Nueces de la India. Right? Another name for my dick, by the way. And what do you call guinea pigs in Spanish?
Conejillos de la India.
What the fuck, man? Did you guys do any research at all? Did you ask us? Or did you see a fat brown thing on the ground? What the fuck is that? That's probably Indian. Oh, man. Anybody likes to watch movies? Anybody a cinephile into movies? You hate movies? No? So I'm guessing a few people like movies here, I hope. I've been really into like sort of 80s and 90s movies. And recently I watched The Karate Kid. Have you guys seen The Karate Kid? Yeah? Mr. Miyagi, Daniel-san, right? As an adult, when you watch Karate Kid, it's so different versus when you're a kid. Because when you're a kid, you're like, Daniel-san's gonna kill it. And he's doing all these wax on, and then kicks and whatnot. You're excited. It's amazing. As an adult, you realize his mom is working 3 fucking jobs. And you're like, oh my god, what an ungrateful son of a bitch this guy is. You know what I mean? Like, they just moved to California. And his mom is like, can you help with the chores? They're like, fuck you, mom. I'm gonna go hang out with a drunk Japanese guy. What a dickhead. You know? And he's doing child labor for him for free. Paying expenses and whatnot. Help your mom, bro. What are you doing? You know, it just pissed me off the whole movie. Poor lady didn't even make it for the final tournament. Did you know that? No. Yeah. No, she was working. One of the Karate Kids killed her, you know? And here's another theory I'm working on, which is Harry Potter is the millennial equivalent of the Karate Kid. Let me explain, right? First of all, hates his parents or step-parents, right? Just like in the Karate Kid, Harry Potter is always hanging out with a kooky old guy that's teaching him a mystical art, right? Third, they both have a rich blonde kid as their nemesis. It is totally the Karate Kid.
I never watched any of them, is that?
You've never seen Harry Potter?
No.
You're British. Oh yeah, okay. I would highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite things. And it also gave me a lot of nostalgia, right? Watching all these 80s movies, because when I was growing up, I was born in Delhi, and I was growing up there, and I grew up in Singapore after that, and now I live in Mexico. Hey-oh! Brat, brat.
Singapore in the house.
Singapore in the house. Yeah,
Singapore in the
him
house.
as well. What was I gonna say? So, growing up in India, you don't really get a lot of Hollywood movies, at least at that time.
No.
right? You grew up watching Bollywood movies. Has anybody seen Bollywood movies before? Yeah? There's a lot of singing, dancing, all of that, right? And they last like 15 fucking hours, right? So I was used to watching that. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch some Hollywood movies. So my parents took me to watch Jurassic Park. Great movie. However, because I was so used to the singing and dancing, I was like, when is the Velociraptor and the T-Rex? When they're gonna get together, have a good time, you know what I mean? When the fuck does that happen? And because I was in India, they dubbed everything in Hindi, you know, as you would expect it. But they also dubbed the dinosaurs. Have you heard a T-Rex with an Indian accent? Because I have. He's just like, you know what I mean? I thought that movie was a comedy because he was just singing all the time, you know? Until I watched it in English, I was like, oh shit, this is scary. I'm currently single. Alright, kinda single. Well, depends on the day. Monday to Wednesday, I'm single. So I've been writing some pickup lines.
Okay.
And whoever is single here, I would highly encourage you to use them. Right? Here's one. Hey girl, are you the YouTube skip ad button? Because I like to hit that within 5 seconds. Okay. Love that one. Here's another one. Hey girl, are you the Epstein list? Because I've been trying to find you, but you're never around. All right.
Hey, what's your best one?
No, that was the oh man, this is going downhill. No, I'm just kidding. I've been in Mexico for 10 years, and during this time, you know, I've been an entrepreneur, and a lot of people like to ask me what my business was and whatnot. You know, there's a reason why I don't have hair, because entrepreneurship is hard, you know? And one thing people ask me, like, what is your business about? What did I actually do? So again, thank you for asking me, audience. I'll tell you, right? There we go. We created the world's first economical strip club. It was called Asses for the Masses. Or in Spanish, Pompas para mis compas. Wildly unsuccessful. And the other thing that, you know, when you look at founders and entrepreneurs, you always have like, they have this sort of aura or this kind of thing about them. Right? Like, for example, Steve Jobs had the turtleneck, right? And Mark Zuckerberg has a hoodie, right? Sam Bankman-Fried had the orange prison jumpsuit because he went to prison, right? So I was like, look, I gotta do something to make myself stand out. So as a bald guy in tech in Latam, I legally changed my name to Jeff Bezos. Is that the Jeff Bezos or Lord Voldemort? To go with. Oh man.
Did you actually do that?
No, of course not. Thank you, she was made up.
You should do that though.
The other thing I also realized, you know, as a founder, you have to raise money and all of that, and getting good investors is so important, right? So when I was raising money, you're yawning. You had a long night? Oh no, okay. I'll wrap it up.
Flashlight you did.
Is that when you're raising money, you want to have good investors in you. So at one point, I met this guy who is an astronaut. You know, that's like a unicorn. That's amazing. You want an astronaut on as an investor. So at some point we were chit-chatting, we closed in, he sent the contract and whatnot, and then I was like, when you sending the money? And I didn't hear from him for a while, and then I find out that he's going to space. Like, bro, just say no. You don't have to leave. You don't have to leave Earth. The fuck are you doing? Anybody on LinkedIn? Yeah? I hate that fucking platform. Yeah, exactly. So here's something you can do when you get home tonight, which is fun. On LinkedIn, there's this thing called skills. Right? Microsoft Office, PowerPoint, all of that. Do you know you can put literally anything?
Yeah, you can.
So I put big dick.
So
This is actually real. This is actually real. And it already got 2 endorsements. One from my ex and the other from your mom.